All right, so been a little bit. Let me recollect everything. I think the last video I made, I just left like to Apache or whatever, and I'm just like now passing what Cabazon Pass or whatever. So I'm in Section C, so I'm getting real close to being done. But all right, let's see what's happened since my last video. I need to make these more frequently because I forget like so much. Like the days just like blur together. Let's see. So I left like Apache. I didn't get too far. I think about like 13 miles. But then when I woke up like the next day, there was this. I guess like it was called the Apache Cafe. I met Jukebox and Barefoot, and like Jukebox is a woman. Like that was the person's like camera who I found. So I bumped into them again. So I actually like enjoy there because there's like a bunch of water at that cafe. There's like snacks. There's like a hiker box. Like all kinds of stuff. So I like kind of chilled there for like the morning for like breakfast. Talked to Jukebox and like Barefoot. They took off, and then I left shortly afterwards. And like we're like going south after like Apache going to Agua Dulce. There's like this huge like windmill. Not wind. No, those are windmills or whatever. You know the things that generate electricity. Um, is there a better name? I'm just feeling really stupid right now. But anyway, there's like hundreds of these things. And I'm just like going like downhill the whole way, and it's like a really weird walk. I mean, it was nice. It's all downhill, but once you got there, like it was. I guess Los Angeles is like aqueduct, so like half the road was paved, and I guess like all the water was underneath that. I didn't know. I just thought it was like weird, like because you got a dirt road, and then on one half of the road, and the other half of the road is just like paved, but nobody's driving on the paved part. I mean, I didn't mind because I walk a lot faster on the flat paved stuff, but it was like a really boring walk too because it's like essentially just desert. So I mean, I move fast, but really boring. Also, really hot, just because absolutely no relief from the sun at all. So I go there. Actually, was told about Hiker Town because I thought my next resupply wasn't going to be till Agua Dulce. Um, so tried to get to closest towns I could that day. Um, so I think I camped about like 3 miles out of town, and then I set up camp. Oh, that's right. And then I got like super pissed off because I thought, I was, still a decent ways off from like the tiny town or whatever. But then like I'm hearing all this like shitty maracha music from somebody's van or I don't know where. And then like it's also pretty late too. Like it's like 11, and it's just like I'm like so angry because I think I'm like fairly out of the way, and I'm just like hearing this music all night. So whoever was playing that, fuck you. But also before that, I was like, I had to do a little bit of night hike because I almost have to do that all the time because like the sun just sets like so early. I met this one guy called Merlin, like the guy from like Camelot. Like, I think that's the first Merlin I've met my entire life. Like it's a very strange name, but anyway, like I'm just like walking down the road, and I'm glad I didn't get hit because that guy was definitely drunk driving. Because like he opened up the window, he's already got like open like a Miller Lite, and his face is all like flush red, and I'm just like thinking, oh boy, I can't wait to hear what the fuck this bullshit's gonna be. But I can't even remember what we talked about. Um, I remember he was like a Native American guy. I don't even think I was saying anything. He was literally just bitching to me about Mexicans. And then he gave me 2 free beers. I'm like, sure, whatever. So I had to listen to that like, racist rant for like, I don't know, 5 minutes, but hey, I got like free beers out of it. So, whatever. So I take those, then I set up the camp, then I had to listen to the shitty music. But anyway, wake up, met Jukebox and Barefoot again. So we go to the town, like Hiker Town. They had to pick up a box. I didn't have anything there at Hiker Town, but there was a gas station slash community center slash restaurant because like at that town is almost nothing because it's in the middle of nowhere. So I want to go there just for like some food. So kind of got a half-ass resupply there, just like some random stuff, mostly just snacks. And then yeah, but really weird town. Like the people there are just like not all right. I don't. It's hard to explain. Like it's something you gotta like, I suppose, experience. I can't really explain it. It's just like I don't. God, how do you even say that? I'm unsure how to even describe this, but don't visit. Like a bunch of weirdos. So then, anyway, I take off because I just want to get the fuck out of there. What ended up happening? Had to do more high, and man, I gotta do these more frequently. Fuck, I'm already forgetting so many things. Uh, did some more night hiking out of there because I was there way too long. I think like 6 hours at that one like restaurant, gas station, or whatever, just like chilling out because you know a lot of hikers go there, so they had like benches, outlet to like recharge stuff. And I was just like chatting with like jukebox and like barefoot too for like a while. So I hike out of there. Then I met the first time I met, let's see, Death Trap, um, Mama Cluck, and Autopilot. But yeah, those guys were apparently doing their 24-hour challenge. And they did pretty good. Like Death Trap, he got like 55 miles. So that's insane. That's like that's a long ways to go. So I'm doing that, but that's almost like when I get done with my whole hike or whatever, because I'm waiting to the next like full moon. But anyway, so I just like ran into them a bunch too. You know, just because they did like so much mileage and basically caught up with me. But I actually haven't seen them for a couple of days now, just because like I've been uh, doing a bunch of night hikes. And then let's see, I think if that day that I got to like uh, Agua Agua Dulce, I got really lucky at getting to town. Like I'm just like looking at the map, seeing like what street I gotta like walk down. Because like the PCT essentially just goes straight down Main Street down there. So this one woman just, I wasn't even trying to like hitchhike. She just like basically was like, hey, you need a ride? And then yeah, she gave me like a quick 5 minute drive to like Mexican restaurant. So I got like a big ass baby sized burrito. I had like 4 margaritas, and that was all a huge mistake because I got too drunk. I didn't like resupply at all. Um, so I'm just like trying to get out of town. Like I thought, because I hadn't gone that far that day. I think I'd only done like around 10 miles at that point. It's like, okay, I need to go. But I guess I had too many margaritas, or maybe it was the burritos, or I don't know what it was. But I did not get far. Like I left and I was just having like this splitting like headache. And like I go to Vasquez Rocks, which is apparently a very well, it was a very pretty like state park. Apparently there have been like Star Trek episodes shot there, Star Wars. So you're gonna have to Google it. I was just like told this. I didn't know anything about it, but apparently quite a few movies have been like shot there because it's just like super pretty like desert park. But anyway, I'm getting there and I'm just like not having a good time. So I got that horrible headache. I'm going slow as hell, and then of course. Even though I was just at the restaurant, I think I was there for about like 3 hours. So you'd think I would have used like the restroom there, but no, my body is like, okay, now that we're, in the middle of nowhere, I'm ready to go shit now. So, and this is not a good place to shit because, it's a state park. Lots of people are visiting. It's like not even that late, and it's on a weekend. It's like 5. And I'm just like, oh no, please. I'm about to be that guy. So like, I don't have a choice because I'm about to shit my pants. So I grab my little trowel. I'm just like looking for anywhere like off the trail, but it's all like, just like bushy stuff. Like imagine like this kind of like bush, like it's actually like really sharp. Don't be fooled. Like this is not soft leaves. That stuff will fuck up your clothes. But anyway, so I can't even get, far off the trail. Like literally I am feet off the trail and I'm just like trying to dig a hole, but of course it's not like soft sand. It's literally just like, it's essentially almost rock. I'm trying my hardest and like I'm not getting deep at all. Like this is not going to be a 6-inch cat hole. I don't even think it's 2 inches, but I don't have time. Just like, I'm just praying to God like some ranger, just some poor, mom with her kids doesn't like cross like the corner. So I'm like gonna watch. I'm just like shitting as quick as I can, and then yeah. So fortunately, I didn't get like caught or whatever, but still not happy with myself. And then I still got the headache, so I don't think I made it a mile away from that restaurant. I ended up camping in like Vasquez Rocks, like which I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do, but I just didn't have a choice because like I was just in so much pain. So I found this one tree with a bunch of like picnic tables under it, and I just like set up my thing there at like 5 or 6 or like whatever, and then just slide down because I'm just like so miserable. And then like and then at like 8, like I pass out, and then at like 8 I like wake up, and then I quickly have to undo like my tent zipper or whatever, and I just barely made enough time just to stick my head out, and I just like threw up all my burrito and all like the money I just spent at like the restaurant. So now I have a giant puddle of just vomit outside my tent, and so I get to enjoy the smell of that all night. So I would do say really kind of sucked for me. but but I survived, and I quickly I woke up extra early just so I could get the fuck out of there and not get blamed for all that. So yeah, and then let's see what came after that. I'll go to say, then you go to, oh yeah, the KOA. There was a KOA like 10 miles away. So I got there and I met Kickstand, who I'm pretty sure in the last video I mentioned I met at Apache. So I've actually ran into this like, yeah, he's the old guy with the prosthetic leg. That's why he's called Kickstand. So surprised to meet him again. It's like, you never fucking passed me, buddy. Like, you're not even doing 20-mile days. So, but then I talked to like, when I met Death Trap again, like I talked to him, apparently like he just skipped a large part of like the Sierras. I guess I can't blame him, like, fuck, you got one leg. But yeah, so talked to him a little bit at like the KOA, chilled out there for a little bit, like charged my stuff, had like a bunch of like, I was feeling a lot better from the night before, so I had a bunch of like breakfast Hot Pockets. And yeah, just like chilled out there. I met a bunch of people. Yeah, that's where I met like Death Trap, Autopilot, and Mama Cluck again. And then also Eagle Eyes, who I hadn't seen, I think, since Kennedy Meadows. So, chatted with them, did all that stuff, got a couple snacks, and then got out of there. I don't think anything interesting happened for like the next day or two. Just solo hiking, trying to get to oh my god, what was the last? I was literally there yesterday. What was it called? Start with a W. Fuck. I don't remember. But anyway, so I get there. Yeah, and that was a big day of hiking for me actually yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday, wasn't it? So yeah, I hiked 8 miles from like the top of the mountain, got to that town, got really lucky with like a hitch because on my way down the road, I met this one like couple. I guess they're just doing a little bit of early morning, like day hiking or whatever. So I chatted them up, whatever, let them know they were really, thought it was really cool. I was doing the PCT. So they gave me a ride to town. So that was cool. Saved me like, who knows how long, just staying on the side of the road. And then I had a huge breakfast at the Grizzly Cafe. It was great. And then, yeah, I went to like the grocery store, resupplied. And then, oh yeah, and then I had to get back to like Inspiration Point where I was like leaving at. And it's like, didn't take like too long or whatever, but I just got like this weird guy who just, I don't know, like, is just a really shitty driver too. Like he was definitely not drunk, but he was just like all over the road. He wasn't even like super old. He's probably like in his 50s or possibly 60s, but not like super old. Anyway, so I don't know, just he should not be driving. I was just like, wow, this is how I'm gonna go. But anyway, we did end up getting there, and it turns out he's just like, we're just like chatting like normal. But then when we like get there and we're about to take off, he just like wants to pray for me or whatever. I'm just like, okay, sure, whatever. I'm just thinking I'll be like a quick, oh, like, God, please watch over Travis as he hikes, like, amen. Like, I'm thinking, okay, I can handle, a short one. But no, this guy ends up like praying for, I'm not even going to exaggerate. It had to have been at least 7 to like 10 minutes. It was very long. I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Because this guy was like praying, thanking for like his trucks and talking about his dogs and his wife and just every dumb little thing. I'm just like trying to like get out, because this turned out to be way longer than a hitch, because it's only like 7-minute drive itself just to like get there. So yeah, I just had to like deal with that, but it's like whatever, like it didn't cost me anything, because the other guy that was like trying to get me a ride, he's like trying to tell me he's like a trail angel, but was like, yeah, I'll give you a ride, but you gotta fill up my truck with gas. And I'm just like, across the street's like a gas station. I'm just like looking at that, like it's like $7 a gallon. I'm just like, fuck you, dude. Like in my head, like I'm not paying that. Trail angel my ass. Like, so I get there, and then yeah, that's why I start hiking to Cabazon like Pass or whatever, and that's still like 23 miles away. I think I like left at like 1 or 2 p.m. or whatever. I'm like thinking I can get there, because I know there's a McDonald's at this pass and they close at like 11. So, and a very refreshing change of pace. I actually made it minutes before it closed, and I was able to eat there. I was so happy. Man. But yeah, there was like just like some 2 like weird places I had to go through too. There's just like one tunnel, like I think it was like a water drainage thing I had to go through, but it had to be like 20 feet in diameter and just like at least like 100, 200 feet long. And like this was again, like it was all at night too, so that was just like super dark and creepy too, because I would barely whisper and just like reverberate. I'm just like worried I'm gonna like run like homeless people. And then I had to go underneath like the highway, like I-15 or whatever, and that was also like a very large dark thing with no lights in there too. I was like, man, this would be a great place for a bunch of homeless people to live. Fortunately, I didn't run into any there, but like after McDonald's, like I'm eating, I'm just like, I also want breakfast, so I'm just like trying to camp somewhere like pretty close, like not further than a mile away. But every time I keep thinking I find a spot, there's just homeless people like already there. I'm just like, fuck. I go to like a little bush, like some like, but no, there's already people there. Like I thought I was getting next to like a little construction plow or whatever, and be like, I'm just like camping on the other side of that. But no, it turns out like it was just dark and I saw wrong, but it was not like any equipment. It was just like a bunch of cardboard boxes and just like, I don't know, a really weird setup. But no more homeless people there, so I had to hike quite a ways away, just because like I don't want to deal with those people, because they'll just like fuck with you and steal your shit. But yeah, I did end up finding a place and did have breakfast, and that leads me to just sitting here right now. So I think I'm all caught up currently. Definitely forgot to tell stuff, but I won't remember till minutes after I take this video when I'm thinking about it more. But then I hate editing, because editing is for cowards and I'll never add it. So I think that's about it. The video's too long anyway.